7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Man, oh man, I can't believe it's Wednesday again, John. I'm Captain Eric Hasty, and that's John King. The one, the only, the animated. You need a Snickers? Did you?
Yeah.
You're that low? And you're still... Well, you'll be animated here in a little while. I guess we'll,
my shrimp.
We'll take advantage of John being calm, because told last week, John, that I got a little red.
Ooh, I looking for a button to push last week. You were on a roll.
I think it's your turn this time.
You were on a roll, man. You were hotter than a hot
like I said,
firecracker.
we have fun on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, I think.
Get that button ready. Get that button ready. Firecracker, yeah. Oh, man.
Lordy. It's like people know what we're going to talk about already, John. You know,
fire it up.
Well, of course, when they make these announcements, they always do it like I know that they watch.
We know now.
We know, because they're like, look, we're going to do all this, right after the show or the next day.
It's the world as we know it. It's emergency. We be telling guys who've spoken it's emergency.
We're going to have to do a Thursday night show one time just to be like, ha, gotcha, bitches. Gotcha. Florida Redfish Series. Good evening, fellas. Long time no see.
Yeah, we just saw it.
We didn't really get to spend any time with Chris this go round. There was hey, what's up?
We saw him in the restaurant.
And how long did that last? Hey, what's up?
This place good.
I don't feel like we got our good quality Chris time.
We
I don't know.
Yeah. Panacea came, Panacea went. Oh, man.
But John, let's see. What are we going to talk about tonight? As usual, we're shooting live inside our super secret studio. We got some weekend fishing where we'll talk about the Florida Redfish Series. We got Spotted by tonight, some Captain's Corners. And, ladies and gentlemen, that Gulf Council is at it, once again. I just...
Emergency!
I don't know why everything's an emergency.
The date is 2019, so it's emergency. 6 years, 7 years, 6 years, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year.
Emergency!
Mercy. Pull the friggin' brake. It's bad.
Pull the rope.
It's bad. Pull the rope. Stop
pull the
truck. Yep, pull something. Ain't no gags left in the ocean. Gag on it, baby.
Yeah. Well, this is just a sample of what you're gonna get towards the end of the show.
Why? I was arguing with a zoologist today. Nothing like arguing with zoologists who have nothing to do with fishing.
Were you arguing with the zoologist or the friend of the zoologist?
The zoologist. She had to let me know, quote, she was a zoologist. I've met her. She's a sweet person. But you throwing out zoologists and grouper fishing don't mix, okay?
They don't have groupers in the zoo?
You may know that there's a couple bobcats and a couple lions in your zoo, but being a zoologist does not help you with being a grouperologist.
Would you say that the Florida panther is dwindling? Would you say that? No, they got a bunch of them too?
I've seen Florida panthers.
Well, that doesn't mean they're not dwindling.
No, they're not dwindling. How can you? They were extinct. How can they be dwindling? What happened?
Something happened.
Something happened. Somebody went.
John and I aren't on the right page to see it, but then it was somebody tipped. Yeah.
Somebody gave a tip. I wonder what the name is. Donkey Kong.
Hold on. Let me come look. Yep, Donkey Kong.
Like Donkey Kong. I love Donkey Kong. What a great game.
So, John, looks like Denise yet again.
But again,
I mean, you know, you guys got to get up pretty early, and I didn't even put this thing up early. It was, I think, I don't want to call it misinformation because it may not be misinformation. It may be accurate, but there was information out, and I was trying to confirm this information before I made the post. It was a little bit later this morning, but Denise still got it. She was our first commenter, followed up by Dale. Christy is on here. What's up, Christy from North Carolina? Doug, Chris got some fishing in because we got some Captain's Corners where Chris is fishing with Jessica. Chris is fishing with Doug. I mean, he's got all kind of stuff.
Chris a fishing hoe.
Bonnie with State Farm's on. There's Tyler. It's on like Donkey Kong.
And there it is. There's the Donkey Kong tipper.
Dale says, let's light this firecracker. Booger, booger, booger. Okay, here we go. David's there. Chris is on. John's looking sexy. Wow.
Yeah. John's looking sexy.
Thomas is there.
Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Yeah.
Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Thank you, Denise, for clearing that up. Danny's on. All right.
Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Oh, Denise had the time. Yes, 11:12, Denise. Good job.
She screenshotted the time she got on there.
So that's 11:12 is when I got it up. And again, when we post something, when we say something on the show, you know, we want to make sure that we're correct. We do not want to steer you down the path of fake news or whatever. And
lies.
Even when we made comments 2-3 years ago of what they want to do and what they plan to do, it's still opinion, but look how it's all come true. You know,
It's all true.
We try to give you, even though you say, man, you guys are full of crap, it's all coming true.
Here we are,
You know, so
right again.
It's, you know, I don't know. It just, it's like I tell John. John says, Eric, you know, it sucks that you're always right. And I said, I know, because sometimes I don't always want to be right. But it happens, unfortunately. So, John, let's get into it here. We got a lot to talk about here tonight, and we want to get started. As usual, we always talk about the Blackwater Fishing Club. If you guys haven't joined the Blackwater Fishing and quote-unquote social club, John, you know, because it's not all about, you know, just fishing. We want you to come out and have a good time as well.
Drinking and eat.
Come out and see us. What is it? So the first Thursday night of every month, upstairs, they have a meeting at the Blackwater, and then they have a tournament following, you know, that Saturday. And unfortunately, I haven't given it the time that I need to because I'm doing the DJ stuff on Thursday night, and Saturdays is usually when I have a charter. So I miss you guys. I do.
Yeah.
So Kev Dog, you know,
Things have changed in life.
Well, it has. It has. You know, you got to pivot. And, you know, that's, we still love chartering, but I still like paying the bills. You know? So,
The bills keep coming. They
Yes,
don't never stop.
the bills do not go away, John.
Yep.
They do not. Now, John, this may be a little early, but I want people to get an order in so you get it just in time for Christmas. Okay. We're going to put these out. This was sent to us by a tailor, and we're gonna have these made, and you guys will be able to place your orders. They're $69.99 a piece, but you too can get your animated action figure of Captain Eric and that Pro King John. Is that what it is?
Why did yours look good and mine look like butt crack?
Because I look good.
I'm pregnant.
Well,
I'm not pregnant, but I am holding the right kind of fish.
you are holding a grouper, you know,
but I'm pregnant.
And I like the attention to detail, John. You know, like, you know, when you see the tournament fishing pictures, what I'm usually wearing my bibs. I'm using, you know, what the bibs are on right there. Got the red snapper.
That's not the way I look during a tournament.
I've got I got just a little stereo because apparently I like a little music,
But I like a lot.
But John's got two stereos.
Yeah.
He's got the gag. John typically breaks rule 1, so I could see, you know, where this came from, you know, right there. So we just wanted to let you guys know, you know, $69.95 a piece. You know, put your orders in now.
Name it,
you know?
John. John is too damn accurate.
That
That's
was sent
not
in.
funny.
That they look good. I think they're pretty accurate.
Who did that? Who did that? Who did that?
One of our tailors submitted that. And I think it's fantastic. I wish I could figure out how because I see all this. Everybody's getting these things. I don't know how you do it, but I guess if I research, maybe I could figure it out. But
I will name him Carlos, Chris. Carlos.
Denise is dying.
I will name him Carlos.
John's is too damn accurate.
Hey,
I told you.
hey.
See? Yeah.
I don't have a belly like that.
For the sake of our friendship, I'm just not going to say anything.
Damn it, man. Hey.
Oh, Lordy. That's good stuff. But
No
yeah,
good. Thank God Jessica didn't see that. She just came on. Thank God.
did she miss it?
Yeah.
Well, I want to make sure Jessica wins one. Hold on. You know,
crap.
Jessica, you too can win the action figures right
Where do
here.
we buy these from?
Yeah. Well, John, you know how it works. We be on Facebook, Captain Eric gmail.com. You can text me your order at 352-220-3206. You know how it works. $69.95 gets you,
Why
one.
couldn't they made me a bobblehead? Why'd they have to make me a stomach head? Show it again. She missed it. Show it again, she said.
I just...
She missed it. She must have turned away.
Hold on. There you go, Jessica. You can order yours today. That's again, $69.95 a piece. That's good looking stuff right there, It made you snort. John's is too funny.
See, that's
There you
not
go.
right.
Well, I mean, sometimes, John, you know how I always tell you that the truth hurts? Nobody likes the truth, I tell you that. Mine did look pretty good, though. I'm not.
Can we cancel the production of mine?
Well, the tariffs are going up. You got to get them. You better order them now because these things might be $150 by Christmas.
Oh, my God.
Oh, gotta love it. John, being
Aye.
as that you're a new resident of Yankeetown,
I can go fish the kayak tournament.
Yeah, English Yankeetown Lions Club Foundation, there has their 14th annual Nature Coast Challenge. It's a kayak tournament, John. All our Florida Redfish Series guys want to come give this a whirl. It's April 26th. Check it out. That's like I said, they've been doing that. It's their 14th go round, so that's good stuff. Go check them out. I actually got an invite from one of the people, I guess, hosting it or whatever. They asked me if I would be their emergency boat, I guess, or whatever the case might be, for to go help somebody
Rescue.
out. And I said, yeah, I would. One, I'm honored that you would ask, but two, happen to be booked for a charter that day. So, John, I have a sit on top kayak if you need it. It might help that stomach. Oh! That's wow. Shots fired, John. Shots fired.
I'm never picking her name again. That's it. She will win no more.
Oh, gotta love it. John, we also got this sent to us this week. Hooked on Horseshoe fishing tournament, Horseshoe Beach Ballpark, April 26th as well. That's going to be, up there in Horseshoe. A lot of people like to fish that area, just, up there around Swanee, all that good stuff. So that's coming together right there. We appreciate that. Sent that, one of our tailors sent that to us. So that might be interesting to you as well. We like to share those things when we can share them, I guess.
Roast John night. Wow.
Now, John, remember, somebody did say you look sexy earlier. You got to just reflect back on that one, John.
I think that was the setup for the fall of Mighty Run. I think that was the setup.
John, if you want to get out there on them red snapper, red snapper coming up, but right now, hey, we can still go catch red grouper as far as we know.
There's plenty of stock of those out there.
Lickety split charters with Shasty McNasty Fishing get you out there on a red grouper trip. And speaking of that, John, I think it is. Hold on here real quick. I've got to look at this just to verify, but want to make sure I give the right date for this. So this month, Friday the 25th, John, Friday the 25th, we're taking Dale and Denise fishing. We are, or Denise and I don't know if it's her son or Dale's going. I'm not sure exactly who's going, but we're taking Denise fishing for sure. You want to come fishing with us? Let us know. You know how to reach out to us. We'll get you out there on that trip there for just pennies on the dollar, really. So not too bad. They want a trip and they're coming out with us, and be nice to take some tailors with us as well. It'd be a lot of fun, So just reach out. We're gonna have some fun. Wrong, John. All right, look, John's down. All right, look. When you get down, somebody hurts your feelings and says something negative, it usually takes like 10 positive things to come back up to bring somebody's spirits up. So we need 10 people right now to say John looks okay. We need 10 of you, and then John will get back to normal. He'll feel better. Dale says I'm quiet in person. Casey, how many? No, it's a gut. It's not an ass. It's a gut. He's got no ass at all. His pants fall right off.
They're saying I'm a huge ass. He's just a huge ass.
Oh, Lord. Look at that. Casey, reach out to us after the show. I don't want to just throw money out there on the, we got to cover some, we got to cover some good. But we're going out there. We're going to look and see if we can find some more of those, the sheep's head, see if they're out there still making babies, and then some mangroves, maybe some hogfish. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. We're not quite to 10 yet. That's 2.
I said he's looking sexy already. Dale refusing to follow up. Dale's not refusing to follow up. He's very quiet. Dale's very quiet.
He is. That's crazy. Right.
Gulf of America.
America. There you go. John, as you're well aware, we do bingo 3 nights a week. Come see us at Cedar River Seafood, the Bowie Bar, and Orton Nature Coast. We're having a lot of fun. We're still doing well, even though a lot of these snowbirds are heading back. So, we need to kind of replace those numbers. But, I mean, like I said, the numbers didn't change much, so we're happy to still have the crowds that we're having with that. And it's a lot of fun. John, you might be one of the ones that comes to, you don't come to all of them, but you come to a lot.
I went to the Bowie Bar the other night.
You did?
And almost made it to the other one, but what did we do? We ended up somewhere.
I don't know.
Heck, I don't even know what I went to
you did trivia. Tuesday. Yeah. Remember, because you all won. You all kicked ass.
9 in a row.
Yeah. 9 in a row.
9 in a row. We're smart. We're smart.
I used to be smart. Now I just spin records. Pretend records anyway. MP3s.
John is the Ric Flair of fishing.
Woo! Woo! Is that how he used to do? Woo! I didn't watch wrestling.
Hi-de-ho, neighbor. It's Mr. Pooh.
Wrestling in that turn left. Didn't watch much of that as a kid.
Dusty Rhodes.
The Nature Boy. I remember that one.
Ric Flair.
And of course, there was Capt,
Purple Haze.
The Hulkamaniac. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So, John, Captain's Cove, we love. It's time for Captain's Cove tip of the week. You know what they got going on? They're doing some stuff for Cove. They're getting ready for Covia already.
Oh, wow.
Covia, Covia's starting to kind of show up a little bit in April, but May's usually the
big month.
but they're getting ready. Almost, Dale. The doll wasn't breaking rule number. Did you see the attention to detail, though, John? You had on a Q8 shirt.
Yeah.
You did.
I don't know how they made that thing, but they did good attention to detail. Didn't know you can make your own doll like that. I thought they were already pre-made for you.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing what you can get from China.
I'm telling you.
Here
Team U fisherman.
Let's see what Andrew had to say with the Captain's Cove tip of the week.
Hey guys, Andrew, Captain's Cove, Cobia. It's coming. It's about to start. Pinfish are going to be the main bait. We got a lot of choices here at the shop. When you're setting your traps in deeper water, I like the red traps. The red's the first color that disappears in the light spectrum. So when you're setting the deep red traps, galvanized traps inside 10 foot of water, the small Key West style for just a little compact design works great. Us guys at Charter really like that smaller trap just because it's compact and out of the way. Cobia, if you can't get the pinfish, you don't have the traps, and you're just going to run the markers, a 5,000 class reel, something like this. Obviously, this is the best. It's from here. But the Q8 super baits on a jig or a bucktail or a hoagie in black, something that imitates an eel, will get it done just about every time. And that's a mouthful. And that's Captain's Cove, tip of the week.
All right, good job there. So, when you buy a pinfish trap, you need to buy 2 or 3 more, because one's going to turn up missing. What you reading?
None.
Oh, you seem like you're reading. What does Thomas say? Shout out to Captain's Cove. Stopped by over the weekend, and the new owners hooked James up with a new fishing shirt. Nice people. There you go. Yep. So Mike, the new owner over there at Captain's Cove, he's really doing a lot to kind of let everybody know that there's a new sheriff.
He
in
means
town,
business.
if you will. Yeah. That the ownership
about
has
business.
changed. Yep. So. But yep, Marie, which I know that's not Marie, but you are correct. Stealing. People steal pinfish traps. So
Yeah.
um,
They do.
and that's the benefit of the Key West style, the small one. You can basically take that trap. You could use something like this. Break about half of that off, some chum up, whatever the case might be. Put it in the trap, drop it. Stay in the vicinity, go fish, do whatever, and then come back to your trap. And usually within, 45 minutes, you should have some pinfish in your trap. So that way you can grab it, pick it back up,
leave.
you've got it, and go instead of leaving it out overnight or whatever the case might be. Because unfortunately, people are crap. At the end of the
They
day,
can't keep their hands on the stuff that's not theirs.
it's I wish the world, could be a little bit different, but unfortunately, there's crap people out there, and they're not like our tailors.
Yeah, they're bums.
But so buy one, have 1 or 2 in reserve, because these things do grow legs
They disappear.
or fins, maybe.
They
in
swim
the
off.
water.
I think the pinfish get together and go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they swim away with your trap.
Yeah.
Because they got to get out of there. They know that if they're caught, they're caught. They got 1, 2, 3, 4. They all swim together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. They got a head one in the front of the school.
Sure.
He's beating the drum, and the other ones are following suit, and they're going swimming real fast to get out of there.
John, speaking of Captain's Cove, they do have that tournament coming up. I don't remember the exact date, but it is going to start in April for the Cobia. Cobia tournament starts up, and they're always giving away good prizes for that.
Great prize package there.
Also, at Captain's Cove, Jim's Jigs is back in there. They're trying to get rid of the stock that they already have in there, but if you really need them jigs, just kind of whisper in the back,
hey,
some jigs, and they might be able to hook you up out there. Trout love those 1-inch pinfish.
they do a lot.
So do mangroves.
So do catfish.
True.
Going back to Socrates. Yeah.
Yep.
I've lost the first 2 sets already this year.
Oh,
damn, Socrates. Yeah. People are such bums.
And the submerged ones, you know, they kind of stink too, because when I would submerge mine, I wouldn't put them terribly deep, so I could always kind of at least see them if I, you know, whatever. But then I would try to put the pool noodle over like the rope or whatever, so I could at least have a visual color or something down there when I went over. The puffers eat the pool.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, there's really, you know, I mean, I get it, and that, you know, that is a better way, but you really still got to stay on top of it. But it's sad. It is sad, John.
I just wish people would keep their hands off your stuff.
Well, you know,
I mean, just go buy it. Don't bother. Don't take people's stuff. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
John.
It's
time to show off our tailors.
Yes. Let's show off our tailors.
You know how we do that?
How
do we do that?
Are we doing the, which one we showing off? Are we showing pictures or are we showing videos?
Videos.
Oh, videos.
Yeah.
You go out there and you keep your phone like this, not like this, because the format is like this. And it fits a little Eric's frame. You film yourself or somebody else catching a beautiful fish. And then you give us an update and tell us, you know, a little bit, talk about it. And you send it on into Captain Eric Hasty, and he'll post you on our show, and it'll make you famous, and it'll make the fish famous, and it'll make the people talking on video famous. You know, you get your own 30 seconds of fame.
Nice. All right.
It's amazing.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Socrates, let us know when you do use that, because we're hearing good things. The package that I gave you is flying off the shelf over there at Captain's Cove.
You want trout and flounder, throw that thing out there in your trout pile. Try that in the Little John spot and see what happens. Woo! Woo!
All right, but it's time for Captain's Corner, and we've got 3 of them this week.
3 Captain's Corner.
I think our first one is going to be Doug. I think we got a second one from Chris, and then we got another one from Doug. You know, let's see what we got going on.
Hey guys, this is Doug Wlasiuk, Team State Farm. Out here today catching some beautiful snook. This one is 32 7/8. It's about the biggest one you could get that's legal. Using Captain Cove shrimp. Just having a beautiful day out here on a Sunday. Tight lines, people.
He said, that's about as big as you want to dare putting in the box. But that's a good job there.
Already fine eating fish.
Oh, I mean, dude, snook is fantastic, and we still let snook.
Still let him go. I don't even kill him. I don't even kill snook. I let him go.
I really got to be hungry.
That's my man. In case you didn't know, that's my man.
Is that what Bonnie's
Bonnie's
said?
being sweet on her hubby.
Oh,
that's what it takes.
Bonnie. All right. Now, Chris, I think, like you said, Chris was a little boat whore this week. It seemed like he was hopping around.
He's jumping around. Old Chris jumping around on boats.
I think he was fishing with Jessica with this one.
Smart man, Chris. You know.
Hey, this is Chris Grubner. Hey, Taylors. Out here fishing with James and Jessica. Fishing with Chaz. They got me to try this Q8 bait. This first fish I caught. So,
Technically second.
it works. Get out there, tight lines.
There you go.
Q8 bait.
Using that bullet. Yep, there we go. So so Chris was using that that bullet. So the bullet, for those that don't know, kind of is a combination, it looks like, and I'm just spitting this out here, a combination of a Little John and the DOA. It's got kind of like the head and the tail shape of a DO or a Little John, but then it's got the split tail like a
So it's a Doojon.
there you go, Dojon. It's a Dojon, yep. And the benefit of the stank that constantly erodes out of that thing, whew, you're going to catch the fish. If there's fish in the neighborhood, I swear, they'll eat that.
They'll eat it.
If there's not, if they're not eating that, there's no fish there.
Move. Go find a fresh, fruitful area.
We've got one more, John. We got another one from Doug right here.
Hey guys, this is Doug Wlasiuk, Team State Farm. I'm out here with Chris Grabner today. It is Tuesday. It is extremely windy out. We kind of tucked in the back to try to find some of these guys. This one is 22. It's literally perfect eater size as far as I'm concerned. We are using mud minnows today just to see if we could put a few in the cooler. Tight lines, guys.
I think that one didn't have a shot. He was going in the cooler.
Hot pink curly tail. Oh, wow. Shoot. Hot pink curly tail. That hot pink curly tails, man. Wow.
So
wow.
So let me
I nailed my big red on that one this last weekend.
Well, that's
and you had yellow. You had chartreuse.
I'm looking to see, is it too early to jump the gun? Of course, yeah. Damn it, Jessica, you've done it again.
She does. She's good
jumping the hooch. But all right, we're gonna let that one slide.
Yep,
you know?
she's good at it. She did.
But remember what Jessica just said. Hot pink curly tail worked well. Yep. All right. So John, we got to talk about Bonnie with State Farm. If you haven't got your quote yet from Bonnie, you need to give her a call at 352-484-0905. She can hook you up with that car insurance, that boat insurance, that house insurance, the life insurance, the renter's insurance. Insurance. I don't know. She can do it.
Well, she has informed me that she insures 2002 boats.
Yep.
It was fast. I got a fast return on it. So do you? And yes, boom.
So Casey wanted to know where Andrew and Tyler's captain's corner was, and there was a video of I did see them. They were on. They saw the school.
They saw.
They just couldn't
tailing minnows.
Cast far enough. I think is what it was.
Captain's minnows.
And we'll laugh about that here in a second too, because
his boat was a little dirty. How do I always do? Jump the gun. But you're a professional. Jessica, you're a professional.
She is professional.
She knows what's fixing to happen.
Yeah.
She's clairvoyantsky.
So, John, Bonnie's got a Tyler. Or John's got her. I can't even speak. Bonnie has a tournament coming up. Live, people, live. November, the Fishing for Freedom tournament. This is becoming quite the big tournament here in the area. And again, it's a long ways off. Just, keeping it fresh on your mind right there.
But it's a great tournament.
It is. And John, Bonnie, pretty much supports a contest damn near every month with us.
Every month.
And if it's not every month, it's because I said, dang it, we're gonna take a break. So let's see here. Where's trying to find? There it is. That's the one that I'm looking for. Okay. Where's my prize at? So Bonnie's prize this week or month is it? The pliers. Ooh, pliers are see-through. And the knife.
I love see-through pliers and see-through knives.
I want the knife.
You grab a see-through knife and cut yourself.
So you get a knife and plier set from Dan Cove and one paid entry into that tournament.
That's a big time gift right there.
What'd you do to your hair? That's like a octopus. It's not a mullet. It's an octopus.
Be all right. I need a haircut.
That's like taking a truck mudding. You never get it completely clean after that.
Especially if it's that sticky mud, man. It sticks all over to the bottom of that boat. Sticky mud and stinky.
You'll find that for a while. Yep. All right. So Frost is on. He's made it. Pony boy. Stay golden, pony boy.
I remember that. Stay golden, pony boy. Oh, man. Good stuff.
That's, Chris. I guess Chris is old enough to know the Outsiders. Yeah, that's cool. So, John, the game is afoot. We've already got Thomas and Chris. They are in contention. What we're doing is we're going to ask a State Farm question. The first right answer we see, we will put your name down on the paper. And at the beginning of next month, we'll take everybody's name, put it in the hat draw winner, and you will win the the pliers and the knife, along with a entry into Bonnie's tournament. So that's pretty cool. Again, it's the first right answer we see. Where we're not going to do all the drawing and the hoopla and all that good stuff right now. So let me get on the right page just so we can see these answers coming up here. And John, I think this one's fairly easy. It's not. You would have no earthly idea. But the question is, the first right answer we're looking for will win their name on the list. Let's go. All right. How many agents does State Farm have as of 2024? How many agents does State Farm have as of 2024? Right.
Does that include the super secret agents?
Secret?
Or does that include
agent,
the regular agent man?
Oh, bam. Lane has got that super duper quick internet right there.
Well, I guess that Lane is going to be the winner on that. Wow.
Yep. So there you go. 19,400.
That's a lot of secret.
That's a lot of secret agents right there.
Woo!
So,
That's a lot of people.
congratulations, Lane. You've got your name slated for the bucket. So
Lane was on the game. Okay, let's just. Whatever Siri she was using, Siri was like 19,400. Lane went boom.
Yep. She not using Siri. She's using Sirius.
Sirius.
That was fast. All right. Good deal.
The real question is, who's your favorite agent?
All right. So, John, we got to talk about it.
Uh-huh.
We went up there to Panacea this weekend, Florida Redfish Series, Fish Panacea. And John, to say that you and I caught a bunch of fish is an understatement. We caught a plethora of fish. We caught trout, reds, flounder, ladyfish. What else do we get? That was it? Okay. Well, I mean, but it's a pretty good variety.
That's okay.
and we caught them in bulk.
That's a good variety.
Our problem is we weren't fishing where the big ones were. Apparently.
Well, we saw some big ones. They just weren't biting.
Well, I guess, they when the boat runs right over top of them, they swim away. That's kind of a Bonnie, do I get a discount for answering that question?
You weren't first.
But he threw Bonnie up
Only
there.
Lane.
Bonnie
Yeah.
up there.
Oh, yeah. He plugged Bonnie.
Oh, look, Chris said Zoe. Bam! Which is all part of the same family. It's all in the State Farm family. That's
State
right.
Farm family. And Zoe's my favorite agent. Golly. Oh, man.
So, I used to think that these Q8 baits, this kind of style was for this fish, this kind of style was for that fish, and this goes back to the pink curly tail that Jessica jumped the gun on right there. To me, curly tails work great for trout. They work great under a plopping cork. They do, lots of wonderful things for trout. And when I've gone out pushing these baits, I've told everybody the curly tails work great for trout. Well, in Jacksonville, we threw curly tails, we caught redfish.
Yeah.
In Panacea, we threw curly tails, we caught redfish. Well, we caught a bunch of stuff, but redfish were biting as well. I can no longer say that a certain shape, a certain design, a certain whatever is for a certain fish. If you're throwing a Q8 bait, pretty much it's just about anything that's
you
out
don't
there.
know what's going to bite. I mean, we were watching flounder bite your thing. It's like, this is crazy stuff.
So we tried to hone in. I guess we were throwing different colors, I think, on tournament day versus the pre-fish day. Because on pre-fish day, one color seemed to work better than the rest. And then we could see fish moving, whether it was mullet, whether, it really doesn't matter what it was. We saw fish moving, fish pushing, and they just wouldn't eat. They wouldn't eat the Q8 baits. They wouldn't eat the top water. This is early on. Start out the day, there's no water. So we had a game plan of where we wanted to be, but we knew if we tried to be there, all we were going to do is sit there and wait for water to come up, and we waste time. So we kind of went into some areas we hit last year that we knew would have water. Right off the bat, I caught an 18 and a hair. So we're like, yeah, we're putting them in the box. I think shortly after, and that was on the chartreuse curly tail. Shortly after that, you said, well, I'll put on the hot pink curly tail, and you caught our biggest fish of the day, which was a 24-inch red, just shy of 5 pounds. We wanted to duplicate that so bad, but we just couldn't. It was the 18s to the 20s. That's what bit the rest of our day, and it just, that's how it goes sometimes. But we caught fish, and that was the fun part, was we got the fish. So, but curly tails was it. Normally, we always kind of push, the good old bullet. The old bullet. We really push the bullet. The bullet does this, the bullet does that, but that curly tail was getting it done. That curly tail was getting it done.
You never know what they're going to want to eat.
Yeah. So you never know. Let's see.
They're just like humans. They don't always go for the same thing.
Well, that's just it. I'd get tired of eating lobster every night for
Not
dinner.
me. Not me.
No, I would. After about 3 or 4 days, I'm looking for, give me a steak.
Don't dangle a lobster in front of me for 7 straight days. I'll eat that sucker all day.
Yeah, but
I'll go have
after
a steak.
six months, you're like, all right.
6 months? No,
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I probably could do 6 months, but I guarantee you I can do a couple weeks of them.
But we ended up weighing in, and that's what it's all about. We weighed 2 fish. Let's see, where are we at? Here we go. There we go. Boom. There was our weigh-in picture. And here again, John's got a nice 24, and I've got my believe it or not, that's a 20-inch fish. I know he looks like he's 13 inches, because I'm a gargantuan, but
You're
that
a
is
gorilla.
I had somebody joking with me, said, I can't even believe you posted that. I'm like, look, that's a 20-inch fish. That's
it's legal. It's been weighed. We know it's been friggin' legalized. So,
but there were people that didn't weigh anything.
That's right.
There were people that only weighed 1. We weighed 2. So we happy.
We're slowly keeping the engine rolling towards 2 fish in every tournament. And we have not done that yet. Knock on wood.
No, we have not zeroed this year.
Yep.
And Cedar Key is our next tournament.
We better get it right.
Quote unquote, close enough to say home waters.
Home waters.
Yeah,
get that one right.
So John, you better catch some damn fish.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try really hard. I'm going to really, really, really try hard.
Get it good. All right. So John, let's see. We've talked about Q8 enough. Let's Sonny's barbecue. Josh and Melissa, we love you guys. We love some Sonny's barbecue. We'll be giving away 2 free dinners, I guess, entrees, tonight. They're in there somewhere. But Melissa, if you are watching, that's our last 2.
Uh-oh, back down.
That's our last 2.
We're going to IOUs.
We have done that.
We have done this. They wouldn't accept them, but we did it.
John we spotted Emily with one of those fish that's starting to make their way here, so they are showing up already. That's one of them cobia. We spotted David with one of them striped fish, not a sheep's head, but a black drum. And then we spotted, that's a nice snooky poo right there. That's Samuel right there with a nice critter right there. So we want to make sure we got here with enough time to talk about our subject, and basically, our topic tonight is, it's no surprise. I think everybody knew what we were going to talk about because, again, I'm sure everybody else has already kind of hit up on it. But the Gulf of Mexico Fishery Management Council, a.k.a. the Gulf Council, is kind of at it again, with all their super duper recommendations. They don't make the rules, John. They make recommendations. So. So
why does every recommendation they make go into the rule category?
Yep. It's amazing how that works.
Is that how that works?
It's amazing. It's amazing how that
Hallelujah,
transpires.
praise the Lord. Here we go again.
Yep. So let's see. So John, I saw this the other day, and it's an oldie but goodie, and it's talking about red snapper, and it's from 2017. Now, bear with me and enjoy this. It's a cartoon. It's good, but I want you to see 2017 now, and it talks about red snapper, but you see the correlation that we have, several years later. See if there's anything changed.
Excuse me, what do you think you are doing?
I'm going to catch a red snapper.
That's not going to happen. My name is Roy Crabtree with the National Marine Fisheries. It's against the law to catch a red snapper.
Why?
There are no red snapper to catch, and to rebuild the population, we have to limit red snapper fishing.
But the water is full of red snapper.
Trust me, there are no red snapper, and we have to rebuild the stock.
How do you do that?
First, we have to determine how many red snapper are supposed to be in the Gulf of Mexico. Then, we determine how many red snapper are actually in the Gulf of Mexico. And lastly, we determine how many you can catch while rebuilding the stock.
How many red snapper are supposed to be in the Gulf of Mexico?
We don't really know, but we pay a lot of money to northern universities to produce really complicated documents that make everyone believe we know.
Well then, how many red snapper are actually in the Gulf of Mexico?
We don't know that either. Our sampling method is flawed, and it takes 3.5 years to process the data.
So you are telling me, the red snapper regulations for this year are based on data that is 3.5 years old?
That's correct.
Well, I heard that southern universities and state governments have good data that disagrees with your red snapper limits.
We consider them stupid and ignore the data.
So, if you don't know how many red snapper are supposed to be in the Gulf of Mexico, and don't know how many are there now, how do you determine how many red snapper we can catch?
We just set a very low limit, and let the fishermen fight over how many fish that particular group gets to catch.
How does that work?
First, you decide whether you are a commercial fisherman, or a charter boat, or a recreational fisherman. Then you pick a group. There's the IFQ group, a catch share group, a sector separation group, a marine protected area group, or whatever is the latest trend group. After you join a group, you can battle the fisherman and the other groups for your right to catch a red snapper.
But I don't want to battle other fishermen for a red snapper. I just want to fish. If you make the rules about red snapper, why don't fishermen battle you instead of each other?
We hope they never figure that out. So far, we have been able to keep the focus of how badly we have mismanaged the fishery by encouraging them to fight with each other.
When will I be able to catch a red snapper?
Every year we will reduce the amount of red snapper you can catch. This will discourage more fishermen to stop fishing. Then, in the year 2020, we will implement our vision statement we published. There will be no more red snapper fishing after the year 2020, and by then, there won't be enough of you left to make a fuss about it.
What if we fishermen band together and expose your mismanagement?
We've been mismanaging the red snapper fishery since 1990, and so far, that has never happened.
Don't you have a Gulf Council and meetings where the public is invited to comment on your mismanagement?
We are required by law to hold these meetings and listen to the advice of the council.
What advice did you receive from the public and the council?
I don't know. I've never listened. I only listen to the advice of the Pew Environmental Group and the Environmental Defense Fund. They don't want fishermen out there killing fish and eating them, not to mention blocking the view of the Gulf from the beach.
So, you just expect us to quit fishing, sell our boats and go away quietly?
That's right. The more difficult we make it to catch a red snapper, the less of you we see every year.
Sooner or later the fishermen are going to realize what you are doing and organize a protest to expose all of your incompetency.
Have you heard what P.T. Barnum, the famous circus owner, said? You can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. Well, he was wrong. So far, we have fooled all the fishermen all of the time. So put your fishing pole away and find something else to do with your spare time.
Well, there you go. So again, sorry for the length on that, but we wanted to it's from 8 years ago. You sleeping?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's
just
from-
crossing my eyes for the bull
Yep.
crap.
That's from 8 years ago. Now, you tell me, have we gotten better or has it gotten worse? Look what Noah's done to the East Coast.
Zero.
Red snapper fishing,
Zero.
one day.
One day.
One day.
It's ever.
One day
And
on the
it was
East
blowing
Coast.
30 mile an hour on that day. They went and about killed themselves.
Well, now here we are again. The Gulf Council, who doesn't make the rules, they just make suggestions.
Yeah.
That
Emergency suggestions.
somehow always turn into rules. Now, so this poor gag grouper again. That you guys know we don't have any gag grouper. John, how many gags did you catch last weekend?
63.
John's not even fishing.
I'm not trying.
He's driving the boat
Yeah.
and catching gag grouper.
Just playing.
Just driving the
Yeah,
boat.
just playing.
Trolling's not fishing. That's
No,
just
it's not.
driving the
It's
boat.
not.
But
It's not fishing.
just driving the boat you caught, which should be impossible.
Gag grouper.
Should be impossible.
Well, I catch 100, so it is impossible.
Oh well, then I guess yeah.
So, yeah, I guess
the
it was bad.
the
It was
numbers are
impossible.
dwindling.
Yeah, the numbers are dwindling. Considering in only 5 hours we got there late and only caught 63, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And we caught all sizes, so I don't want to hear this bull about there's no males or there's no females because they change or they don't change. Because every grouper, when I caught it, I said, "Are you a he, they, them, sir, ma'am?" And they just looked at me and they didn't say a word.
Oh, they didn't say
Timid.
nothing?
Nope. They were quiet.
Oh, well, the
Kept their mouth
nerve.
shut.
The
'Cause-
nerve.
Well, no, they had their mouth shut with a triple hook.
So they
couldn't
weren't
talk.
able. They were unable to speak.
They were like,
Okay.
But I was like, okay, I'll turn you loose.
So the Gulf Council is recommending, John, this is an emergency.
It's an emergency.
Emergency.
Emergency. If I
application.
if I had an emergency, it'd be the same day, right?
Sure. Yeah. Good.
Wouldn't it be
great,
the same day?
yeah. Well, they don't make the rules, Sean. They just recommend.
Well, I would emergency make the rules that says we need to close grouper right now.
Yep.
But here's the problem. When's the last time they had any data?
2019. Yeah.
6 years ago. So 6 years it took them to pull it out of their ass that we needed to emergency close gag grouper. Out of their ass comes an emergency declaration of we need to close gag grouper. Really? So talked to 2 divers on Monday that went offshore Sunday. They are in a 30-foot boat regulator. They dive 45 foot of water and they stopped at 3 spots to shoot fish. At the 3 spots they stopped at, they said that each rock had over 100 gag grouper on it. So he said, "Well, I guess they're up where I'm at. You guys must not have any down there. They're all up here." It's not. It's if I'm gonna go with somebody's number, I would check with John, who catches them almost 100 a day when he goes, or I would go with a diver who says, "Hey, down there I seen 100 grouper." Would I go with somebody that sits behind a desk that looks like John in the Q8 outfit with a big old belly, 3 chins, and has a $200,000 a year job he's trying to protect? He's probably never seen a boat, and he says, "I didn't catch no gag grouper the other day." "Well, did you go fishing?" "No." "Do you know how to fish?" "Uh-uh." "You ever fish for gag?" "Well, there was this one time back in the day." It's like, why are we listening to him? What are we actually doing to tell how many fish are in the ocean?
You're assuming it's a big fat dude. It could be a cute little chick.
I don't care if it's a cute little chick, a fat dude, a big fat. I don't care if it's Brad Pitt. I don't give a shit. You're a liar.
I didn't mention we may go beyond the PG-13.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're going behind. I
Put the kids to bed.
I don't care because you're a liar. And like I said, and like I told the Gulf Council, when I was young and I lied, my daddy strapped my butt. And if you're going to continue to lie, then it's time for somebody's butt to get strapped. Because how long are we going to let this go where people just lie? You can't tell me that in the Gulf of Mexico, there's holes and they're lime rock beds. And they go down into the ground 3 or 4 feet deep, and they come out on the other side 40, 50 feet away. Now, my brother will sit down at one end, and the gag will swim down there, and he'll come up the other end, and my buddy will be down there with a spear gun. He'd shoot him. Well, how many gags are down there watching that gag swim by? Is there 10, 12, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60? Who knows? Who knows what group are in Springs? Are you going to stop? I've got 26,000 numbers. What's 26,000? Now, these are just my numbers. Let's do this. 26,000 times, let's say that the most of the guys said there was 100 on each rock. I'm going to cut it back to 50 for their sake.
Yeah.
26,000 times 50. That's just my numbers alone. That's what I personally have. That's 1,300,000 grouper. On average, they say that the grouper weigh 5 to 7 pounds. Times 5. That's 6,500,000 pounds. Okay. Now, they go by pounds, right? So you go out there and you catch 1 million pounds of grouper, and we do it in a week because there's no fish out there. Well, how the heck did you catch 1 million pounds of grouper if there aren't any grouper out there? How do we keep having the number caught so fast that there aren't any fish out there? If you walk into a Publix and everybody goes in there to buy a pound of shrimp, and they have 100,000 pounds of shrimp in Publix, and 100,000 people go in there and buy 100,000 pounds of shrimp, they're all gone, right? Not everybody catches a grouper because you've got those people that can't catch fish. You've got the bad weather days, and then you have those people that work. You're going to give us 10 days of grouper fishing, and John works out of those 10 days, 7 of them. And of those 7 that he works, 4 of them are bad weather. The wind's blowing 30 knots, and he can't go anyways because he's got a whittle boat. So it's a fat guy, QH John, in a whittle boat. What the heck, guys? And then you claim to say after 6 days that we've caught too many grouper. How's that possible? If there aren't any grouper out there, how are we limiting it out in 6 days? We caught 1 million pounds of grouper. So how's that possible? Please, somebody explain this bull crap to me.
I'm going to
have the floor.
Explain it right here, John.
Explain it.
Here we go. From the Gulf Council. The National Marine Fisheries Service estimates that the 2024 recreational annual catch limit was exceeded by more than 100,000 pounds. Go figure.
Go figure.
You know, in September, the hottest month of the year, the worst time for gag fishing ever, but it was, you know, it is what it is. Gag is currently considered to be overfished, like every other species out there. Therefore, by law, John, by law, the recreational sector is subject to payback provisions. And here's where they get you, John. Yep. It's the never-ending cycle. Mm-hmm. When the annual catch limit is exceeded, which apparently it was last year, because it's been exceeded every damn year.
Because there's too many gags out there.
The following year's catch limit is reduced by the amount that you overfished it last year.
Yeah. There's too many gags out there.
So that is your explanation on how
this happens.
This nonsense keeps happening. They come up with a ridiculous number to start with, and then you overfish that. Well, then we got to take away from the ridiculous number next year the amount that we said that you overfished it this year, making it less, which it's a never-ever cycle.
Subtract.
Every year. It's overfished. Subtract until you eventually get to what,
Subtraction, John? 0.
So, that being said, here's what the emergency plan is, John. They want to institute a recreational bag limit of 1 fish per person for the 2025 season, and they want to basically do that in a much shorter time period. Yeah. Now, how many days did we have last year? 15-day season?
Yeah, 15 days.
So at 15 days in September, the worst, absolutely worst month to grouper fish, we overfished it.
Ah.
Now, what are they saying they want to do now?
They're going to shut it down to possibly 6 days to go fishing, meaning that if you don't take your vacation for those 6 days, you might get to go once to keep one grouper.
Now, this is what made the whole we be tailing thing be a little bit late this morning. There's a flyer out and about, kind of like an anonymous source, if you will. Nobody can verify where it comes from. Nobody knows, but
It
has information on there that says that the season will only be, what was it,
10 days.
A 10-day season where you only get one
fish per person. 10 days.
And that if the
Quota is
number is met here, it could be shut down, anytime
days.
this, whatever. So now, this isn't backed up by NOAA. This isn't backed up by any. I don't know where this came from,
Who
but
knows?
if you look on Facebook,
It's around.
It could be AI, it could be crap,
Yep.
it could be whatever. And again, we only want to give you what we know. What we do know is that whatever the Gulf Council recommends
That's what
always
they're gonna do.
happens.
That's
That's
what
what
they're gonna
always
do.
happens.
Yep.
So it's a never, ever, has it. Now they keep saying that, well, after this year, if we don't overfish it, which it's going to be impossible to do, even with just one fish,
they dropped their number.
that the following year, we may get up to 20, maybe even 30 days of fishing with one per person. Now, I ask you, anytime that they have taken something away, have we ever got it back?
Nope.
So, grouper has gone this way the last, 12 years?
Yep.
Started out, you could have 4. And it
Yep.
became 2.
Yep.
Now it's coming down to 1. When do you think that if it does go to 1, which it's been
going to.
recommended because
It's
it's an
going to.
emergency,
It's an emergency. It's going to.
when do you think it may go back to 2?
Never.
When do you think it may go back to 4?
Never.
When do you think it'll go?
There's too many bleeding heart liberals out there that say it's conservative, using our word to keep those fish out there. But in the true mind of a liberal person, they don't want you to fish at all. They don't want you to hunt. They don't want you to fish. They don't want you to have any fun because they don't have any fun themselves. They're not
Right.
happy with themselves.
No.
So they don't give a crap what you do. If they see you doing it, they don't want you doing it. Now, these are facts, Jack. You can claim they aren't facts, but they're facts. You're never happy. You're always mad at somebody else. Well, we're happy people. We like to fish because we work hard all week long, and on Saturday and Sunday, I like to go fishing. And I'm not the guy to advocate for this because I don't keep fish. So here I am advocating for people to keep fish, even though I'm a guy who throws them all back. So I'm not the guy to argue with. I'm the wrong dude. And I want you to raise your hand. How many times have you been asked how many fish you've caught or had one weighed by somebody taking a survey from NOAA or from the Gulf Council? I can raise my hand. Here I go. 0.
Well, why would they ask you, John? You catch fish.
Because
They
if
don't
you're
wanna
going to
ask you.
do a survey, ask somebody.
That
Show
knows.
up somewhere other than the Skyway Bridge and claim £1 million.
Yeah.
Have been caught on Sky.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then go.
Now, John, they've thrown away that information.
But wait
now,
though.
Then
Then you go. Then
you
you go. Oopsie daisy. We made a mistake because we got caught. We have to take away those £1 million. So what happened to those £1 million? Did they get put back into the
No,
gag thing?
well,
No, they did not. No, they did not.
Now, John, wait. There's good news.
We have good news.
There's going to be a study next year.
So we're going to study after we emergency close it. I get it. Yeah.
No.
When I didn't study in class and the teacher gave me a test and I told her, wait, I'll take the test next year. She said, oh, you'll be taking the test next year as a 9th grader. What you mean I failed?
Remember the video we just showed?
Yes.
So you take a study. Takes 3 years to figure it out.
Yep. 4 years.
So in
4
2006, we're going to do a study. 2000 or
10,
26,
we're gonna fix it.
29, 29.
2030. Idiocracy at its finest.
So, we know Ron, our buddy Ron, watches
He
the show.
needs to
We
help.
know that Ron
Ron.
watches the show. We know that Ron watches.
DeSantis,
What we've talked about,
please.
Ron has
Yep.
kind of made happen sometimes. So,
What we need is an emergency decree.
Ron, you've done it for the state of Florida. Now, granted, federal's federal, but we've got state grouper here.
We got state grouper.
We got
brother.
state grouper here, Ron. We need to, just like you did with the red snapper, you need to smack back at this and give us some grouper.
We have the gag grouper capital of the world. It's in the Big Bend area, down to about
Pretty
Sarasota.
good. Yep.
We have the gags. Nowhere else has the gags. They have black grouper, strawberry grouper. All the other states have yellow edge grouper or snowy grouper or Warsaw's. We have the gag grouper.
Yep.
You don't go to Texas and do a study on gag grouper. They don't have them. They have yellow edge. You don't do a yellow edge study in Florida. We don't have them. You have to go way out there towards Texas to get them. So quit doing the bull crap. See, not everybody's dumb that you want to believe rednecks or whatever you call us, deplorables or whatever.
Florida man.
Okay? We're not all dumb. We see through your bull crap and we're over it.
We're not that smart. We recognize bullshit.
We
We're not
recognize
that smart.
bullshit when we see it. And it's all bull caca. If you ever watch Caveman and they stick their finger into the pile of poo, it's sticking your finger in a gag grouper and go doo-doo caca shit. I smell it.
John, if you enjoy this kind of content.
That's right.
Oh, wait. Where'd we go? We disappeared.
Yes.
It's a grouper.
That was one too many shits and giggles.
We disappeared, damn it.
It's all fun and games until somebody shits and giggles.
Well,
or
there you
giggles
go.
and shits.
So again, there is nothing set in stone for the 2025 gag season, but there's some nonsense out there that could be exactly right. It could be wrong. I don't know.
Wrong. Who knows?
We don't know, but no one's not announced it. FWC hasn't announced it. FWC tends to always follow what federal does. We're asking you, FWC, to not
Don't follow.
do this. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Well, I would love to cast for some shallow water grouper this year with Eric, okay? And Eric would love to take charters to people for shallow water grouper. Ask Jessica. It's so much fun. And it's fun when you can actually have a grouper sandwich when you're done, even though I don't keep fish. I'm not advocating for me. I'm advocating for you. What is the best dinner you can have? Something fresh, like deer, like grouper, like trout, like redfish. You want to know why? Because it's healthy for you. If you go to other countries don't put the bull crap we do in our food. Go to another country and ask them the ingredients of their bread. You'll find out that they don't have, what is that stuff? What is that? What is the G word that everybody uses?
When you go to Singapore or South Korea and you go to the fish market to buy fish,
they kill it right in front of you.
They take it out of the fish tank.
Yeah.
It's alive.
It's fresh.
It's not on ice.
What is that G
It's
word?
fresh. Gluten?
Gluten.
The gluten.
They don't have gluten in their crap over there that they're feeding us red dye and yellow dye and blue dye. Look at what it does to my hair, the dye.
I like pretty colors.
Yeah, but we don't need it. We don't need it. Eat fresh food and you'll be healthier. You won't be like John with a big fat gut.
Who wants to live forever?
Is that the salute?
Anyone?
I do.
No. Oh, good God, don't do the salute, John.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my God, we're canceled. There we go.
You
Like
both,
that.
mon capitan.
Ron, help us out, brother. Ron, I know you
he's
can't
watching.
run again.
Yeah,
but,
can't run again. But,
but help us out,
let's
Ron.
go out in a blaze of glory, killing some grouper.
All right. I just want some grouper nuggets.
Yes.
There you go.
Why not?
Yeah.
Somebody help Donna out this year and take Donna fishing and get her some grouper nuggets.
Nuggets. All right. Well, did we do it, John? Have we raised awareness, John?
I'm sick and tired of the bull crap. Let me tell you something. I'd be all on board right away if I didn't think there were any grouper out there.
Sure.
Problem is there's grouper all over that ocean. They have no idea what's in that ocean. Nobody knows what's in that ocean but God.
All I want you to do is reflect. Reflect. We showed a video
From 2017.
long time ago now.
Long time ago.
And what has changed? Not a damn thing. Nothing. We need to get a hold of this crap.
Yes, it's time.
I feel like I wanted to say something else, John, but I don't know.
It has left you.
Oh, yeah.
Slept me.
All right. So, yeah, no, just not good news.
Gary does not have good news.
So, yeah, Gary Gnews with just
No
the news
news
or
from
good
Gary
news. Yeah.
Good news is no good news with Gary Gnews.
Now, everything with the Gulf Council is an emergency.
It's all an emergency.
Because apparently the red grouper, there was a study or something from 2022 they're losing their shit about now that, oh my God, now we need an emergency. Keep the red
Open.
grouper season open now. Emergency.
What? We went from no red grouper to having red grouper
Now all of a
everywhere?
sudden there's grouper all over the damn place.
How?
No. Well,
Who come up with this one?
it's because it's
BS.
yes. Yep.
Bull cheats.
All right. But with that, we must bring it to an end.
That's right.
John.
We gotta
It's
go.
9:13. We got to give
Before
stuff
we blow
away,
up here.
John. What are we giving away, John?
Well, we're going to give away some chum that'll chum up the grouper if there's any down there, but then again, it may not because there ain't none down there.
That's what
And
they
then
said.
we're going to give away some of these beautiful Q8 baits that can go out there and catch one redfish for yourself or 5 trout and one like 19-inch or over for the boat. Then we're going to give away these beautiful Sonny's sandwiches. If you don't know how to fish, you can go to Sonny's and they'll cook the dinner for you. That way you don't have to worry about doing it. And then if you want to catch a cobia, there's the old Pro rig. And if you want to hook your paddle tails to something like a jig head, there's Jim Jigs. And if you want to catch a big cobia, then you use the hoagie bait, throw that to him with a big old lead head in it and bounce it off top of his head and he'll eat that because it looks like an eel. So, and then you can catch said cobia.
Pretty darn good prize package.
That's a mighty fine prize.
Mighty fine.
Mighty fine.
We knew that tonight it'd probably go long, so we got a super
Easy question.
easy question. Super easy. You know how this works. We got the Captain's Cove bucket right here. I got 5 sheets of paper.
This one's so easy. It's
I'm gonna ask a question. The first 5 right answers we see gonna get your name in the bucket. We'll draw tonight's winner. Now, did you already disclude? Jessica, you said she couldn't win.
That's right. She can't even play. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Making fun.
I don't know that we got 10 people to counteract the all that negativity.
We did. They love negativity against Johnny.
I think we got 3.
3.
3.
That's okay. 3 people love me and don't think I'm fat, but they're laughing as they put it on there. He's still fat.
This is
fat love.
This is
fat people need love too.
All right, John. I'm getting on the right screen so
tried.
we can
Chris
all
tried.
see. Chris tried.
I tried.
All right. Tonight's question. Super duper easy.
So
as long
easy.
as I can find it right here.
So easy.
It's a hit or miss question. You're either going to get it right or you're going to get it wrong.
Viddy.
All right. Tonight's question. Are gag grouper born male or female? That's it.
That's it.
Tonight's question.
Viddy chance.
Yeah.
I'd start typing one or the other one.
Chris said no.
No, they're not born at all. Thomas, Tyler, Dale, AC, David. Thomas, Tyler, Dale, Casey, David. So the answer is female.
They born chicks.
Without dicks. Well, that's true. I mean, that wasn't like, supposed to be funny, but that's What happens? I guess they grow one later. It pops out. It's a pop out. It's a pop up camper. It's a pop up camper.
Some gags are lucky enough to turn into a guy when they get big enough.
Some gags, when they get 30 inches long, can go, yeah, that's right. I'm swinging this here rod.
Yeah. So we got Thomas in the bucket. We got Casey in the bucket. We got Tyler in the bucket. Dale is in the bucket. And David is in the bucket. All right. See, Jessica, there you go.
Jessica
Big pull in. She typed the whole
transitioning form.
John, just be yourself. We love you, female.
Oh, now David's calling me a female. I tell you, I know I need a haircut, David.
Who's going to win tonight's awesome prize?
It ain't
package?
Jessica.
No. She jumped ahead one too many times.
Oh, man. Look at there. He hadn't won in a while.
No.
Seabass Welding, Casey.
Oh, Casey. Congratulations,
Casey stepped up. The mighty Casey stepped up to bat.
Mighty Casey.
What happened after that?
The mighty Casey struck out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Casey. Well, he struck in today. Struck into a fine prize package.
It was not a good day in Mudville or something like that,
Not
if
a
I
good day
remember
in
right.
Mudville, because Casey struck out.
The mighty Casey.
Yep, the mighty Casey. And then there's what's the guy down Cherry Hill? That one time down Cherry Hill.
Cherry Hill.
Yeah, you didn't see that movie? There's that one time.
I found my
Cherry Hill.
thrills on Blueberry Hills.
Blueberry Hills.
But,
that was Blueberry
yeah.
Hills. Yep.
All right, John, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, We Be Tailored is brought to you by Shesty McNasty Fishing,
Capt Cove Outfitters.
Jim's Jigs,
Filletzall Blades.
Aquatic Nutrition,
U8 Super Baits.
Karrie's Custom Rod,
Bonnie from State Farm, your favorite agent.
Native Nautical Mailboxes,
Salt Life making a comeback.
Powerball,
Seabass Welding, who won a nice package.
Sonny's Barbecue.
$40 worth. Hippo Head Hotel, come stay with us.
I still get the bankruptcy paperwork. It scares me to death.
It's scary. What else?
We'll see y'all next week.
Oh,
Peace.